Hey guys, so today is the start of a brand new project on my channel. I currently have a project running on my channel at the moment called Memory Box. A little video here to take you to the playlist that is currently running, but this is completely different. I was influenced by Nifty's The YouTube Movie Deal conversational series, and I really like the idea of doing something where I was to have conversations with either friends, or I would ask them the same questions, just like Nifty did to my friends, and get them to do the same video in response. So kind of like a response video basically. But it's something that I was kind of inspired to do from that series that he did, and I just thought I should get into it and just start a new project, so why not? This is a project that will be running for how long ever it needs to be running. It's something that I really wanted to do for a while, and it is about inspiration for yourselves and just who influences you on YouTube. I've got a set of 4 questions that I will be answering. So today this is the pilot episode, so you'll be hearing my answers. And if you really want to do this video, I'm going to leave all of the questions in the Tada so you guys can do it yourself. If you want to send me the video that you make, I will put it into a inspiration conversation video playlist for you guys, so everyone's videos will be put in a playlist so you can easily access it and see everyone else's. I will be adding each time anyone sends me it, so don't be afraid to contact me on Twitter. Links to my social media is in the Tada for you guys to check out, and I don't really mind whatever social media network that you want to contact me on. I would be very grateful if you were to do this video, but that is basically everything you need to know, which is information wise about this whole video series. So let's just get right into this video series. So the first question that I'm going to set is, who was the first person you subscribed to, and do they still inspire you now? Now, when I first sort of approached YouTube, I sort of found people that were doing YouTube and it was sort of vloggers as such, because that was kind of the style it was before. But I think the one person that I remember was Shane Dawson, and he at the time was doing a lot of comedy sketches, and he till this day kind of doesn't do many comedy sketches anymore. He used to do a lot of comedy sketches and parodies and just vlogging in general, just sort of sit down and have a conversation with his viewers. But I thought his videos were really good at the time, and I really liked him. And the reason why I say at the time is because I watched him for a couple of years when I first started YouTube, but unfortunately I think I decided to basically unsubscribe to him for several years. I got lost interest, didn't really find myself liking him much anymore. I think that was a couple of years ago that I stopped. But just since 2 years ago or so, I have resubscribed back to him, and I like the content that he produces, and now more so than probably like a little bit when he did before. I think I kind of got fed up of the jokes or something. I can't remember exactly what made me leave his channel, but I liked the way he started off. I liked the fact that he always wanted to be an inspiring director and film producer and stuff like that. I thought it was really cool and really kind of like a really nice goal to have, you know, and now he's actually reached that goal where he's actually made his first movie. He's produced it. I think he's produced it and directed it. I'm not quite sure if that's completely correct. I probably, editing self, will correct myself, hopefully on the screen here. But basically, I think, you know, it's amazing how far he's come, basically. The fact that he's now made a movie, and the fact that he's always wanted to do that is really cool. And the fact that he's kind of like spent that time to kind of put his all into it. And I think it's really cool. And it's something that not many YouTubers really sort of go into. I think at the moment everyone's doing the whole podcast thing, you know, everyone's doing the book deals and all that kind of stuff, and then you've got a couple of beauty people doing their sort of beauty ranges, but it's quite nice because it's so different to everybody else on YouTube. And I think there's a lot of people that I would feel that are on YouTube who are filmmakers that I would love to see a movie by. You know, I would love to see Jack and Dean do a movie or something. I would love to see Tom Scar make something. I would love to see Charlie McDonnell make something that's kind of like massively highbrow, that it's so big that it's big as Shane Dawson's movie. But unfortunately, the movie isn't available in the UK, so I can't comment on the movie at all. I know the gist of the storyline, but I don't exactly know how good it is or anything like that, so I won't give you false judgment, because I know that I don't really believe in that and that kind of stuff. But I think like now I think he kind of inspires me a little bit. He's gone off of his main channel, and because he's focused on the movie, he has less time to do the whole main channel thing. So he does a lot of the side channel stuff. So he does a lot of things with like his friends and tag stuff and city challenges and like games and things like that, and sort of has like a one-on-one vlogging style. But what I love about him is that he's always kind of, when he wants to have a frank conversation with people, he doesn't worry about the lighting, he doesn't worry about the setup or anything like that. He just opens his Mac, double clicks on the photo booth and just films a video off of his laptop. That's what I think was really cool about him. That's because when I first bought my Mac, when I first was given my Mac, that was something that I was like, oh my god, I've just found like a whole bunch of like sounds and jingles that he uses, and I was like, this is so awesome. And you know, I think when I wanted to start making YouTube videos, that's what sparks me. And I remembered Shane Dawson, you know, and how he did that kind of really simple basics of vlogging style. And that's how I started on YouTube, really. I mean, like, I just opened my laptop and I thought, if Shane Dawson is doing that and that's acceptable, then to me, I think that's okay, you know? So, you know, I don't really use my Mac computer anymore for like the photo booth stuff, but I think it's a great thing, and it just shows that, you know, sometimes it just is about content. I mean, a Mac photo booth thing is not like it's got okay quality camera, it's got okay quality sound and that kind of stuff. It's not terrible, but it's usable. If you want to start off and you've been given a Mac, or you're going to put money into a Mac, then it's absolutely fine to start off with that, because Shane Dawson, still to this day, I mean, the fact that he's still so relevant, I mean, he might be fizzing out a little bit amongst some people, but for me personally, the fact that he's still relevant and he's still surrounded by these people who are so massive is pretty cool. And I think that's what, you know, that's what surprises me about him, is that he's managed to stay relevant for so long. And I think that inspires me as well, is that he had that longevity, and because some people do YouTube and then people forget about them because they were big at one point and then suddenly they just become irrelevant. So I think that's pretty cool about him. But yeah, that's my response to question number 1. Question number 2 is, when you make videos, who inspires you? And it can be more than one person. Now, I make a whole bunch of different videos, so I'm going to run you through what person inspires me for the different styles of videos that I make. So I make top 5 videos, I make DIY videos, I make gaming videos, I make singing videos, and I also do vlogging as well, like in public and that kind of stuff. So in terms of top 5 videos, there is no one that kind of really does this as a main sort of thing, so that's why it's, for me, is like what makes my channel is my top 5. I love doing them, and to be honest with you, they are such a fun thing to do. But in general, there is no one that kind of springs to mind, but there is one person that I know who's called Crash Bang Adam, and he I think he kind of does the top 5 stuff. He used to do it. He doesn't really do YouTube as much. So, you know, he's got a full-time job, and it can be quite difficult, and I totally understand how it can be clashing with your work and your kind of like social aspect of it. It's kind of get a bit clashy. But anyway, he made sort of like top 5 style videos, and I just love the way, not even those top 5 videos, that sort of style, the top videos that he makes, but the style of videos that he makes in general. I love the way he sort of produces them. Everything is really good. I mean, he's a former film student, so he has that kind of like degree and stuff. But I just love the content that he makes, and as a whole, as a person, he inspires me because his content's really good. It's well produced, and it's memorable. You know, I can remember he makes his videos as unique as anyone else's. There's no one out there that I know that has the same style of videos. So that's pretty cool. I mean, the uniqueness is really a selling point. I think for anyone, like any YouTuber, it's a really important thing to have when you are so unique to other people. And that's what he defines him really well. And I think that inspires me a little bit, the fact that he's so individual and really is not like anyone else. His style of videos are very different. He just kind of have different content to everyone else. So that's why I think that's what really inspires me, is that he's a confident and really awesome content creator. Now, my DIY videos, I don't really make them as much, but I'm trying to make more of them in November and December, because it's a seasonal time of year and it's the crafty time of year. And I'm really excited for lots of things I've got planned for November and December. So yeah, stay tuned to my channel for that kind of stuff, which is really exciting. But basically, DIY style, I'm massively influenced by Marzia, and who is Cutie Pie on YouTube. But she has this beautiful little, really nice style, and the way she shoots everything is so perfect. And actually, no, the way she shoots everything is really good. And I think she plans her setup, you know, that kind of thing. So when she's filming what she's doing and stuff, it all looks really nice. The appearance of the table looks really nice. It's all neat and tidy. So when I make my DIY videos, I make them on my bed. So my bed's got a nice sort of floor. I've got a nice bed floral sheeting. So I use that as my backdrop, and then I have my cutting board as well, which is my professional cutting board that I've got. And I like to use that as a sort of a standpoint. And it's really nice because it makes it look tidy, and the fact that her videos are really nice, well produced, and she has like a little cute twinkling music, you know, she's got a lighting that's really perfect and that kind of really to the point, and her voiceover kind of like, she just explains something but in the most simplest form of manner. So that's what I kind of replicated when I do my DIY videos, is that I don't make them too complicated and I make them as simple as possible, and I try not to kind of like reiterate things, and if it's something that's really like going to take forever to explain, then I kind of make sure that it's in sync with the video, the clip that I've filmed. But I really enjoy doing that kind of whole thing, and it's something that I kind of want to do more of, and which I will be doing, obviously, like I just said. But I want to make more of these sorts of videos next year. Definitely want to sort of produce more of them, and it would be really fun to kind of come up with their different ideas. But yeah, she heavily influences my DIY videos for sure. Now I said gaming videos, which is what I make them once a month. I don't like to make them as often because that's not really what my channel is about. It's more about vlogging and that kind of style. But Felix, who is PewDiePie on YouTube, is the #1 most subscribed person on YouTube, and I just love his style of editing. He just makes every video like laughable. It's you laugh with him, not at him, and it's that kind of feeling like you're playing the game with him. And I just love how much effort he puts into the editing. He doesn't half-ass it at all. Like, I really look at his videos and go, what makes them so good and so memorable? And I think, how can I replicate that into my gaming videos? So when I do edit my gaming videos, I don't just have screen recording and myself in the corner and audio all along the cross. I don't make it the same thing like all across, because I think that's quite boring. So I've replicated the funny nice style where you kind of, if there's a funny moment in the video or something, or you said something stupid, or you sung something because it was perfect, or the thing on the screen was glitching and it was really funny, then I use that and I cut that out and make that a focal point and make it jokey and laughy. I think it's weird because when I first started doing gaming videos, I was really awkward in front of the camera because I've never done it before. But I think the fact that, you know, PewDiePie makes it so good, and I think it's a great influence as well, and he just inspires me all the time to make like really good gaming videos and make sure that each of my gaming videos are as unique, and I'm silly enough that I'm myself in those videos. You know, I'm not someone else that I don't think that I should just put on just because it's for the views or anything like that. I do it for myself. So yeah, he's a massive influence for me when it comes to gaming videos. When it comes to singing videos, there's no one really in particular that I kind of follow. My style isn't really like unique to anyone else's, to be honest. I mean, I really do make quite basic singing videos. I just put the camera on, put a light on. You know, recently I bought the light, so I put the light on, and then I'll put my laptop up, have my own microphone, have a little makeshift stand with my own box which actually holds my tripod in. But I kind of, you know, I don't have the best equipment when it comes to a mic stand or anything. I use the objects that are around me, and I think for me that is really important. Like, I know that people do it for their channel is about singing and stuff like that, but mine's not. At the beginning, tried to make like really like scheduled videos and stuff like that, but it didn't really work out for me. So I just kind of keep it really short and simple and don't make it too complicated in that kind of stuff. But yeah, there's no one really in particular out there really that inspires me when it comes to music. I mean, if it doesn't really work like that for me when it comes to singing. And the last one is the vlogging style. Now, because I'm currently doing Memory Box at the moment, and it's a project that I'm going to be doing until December, and I'm going to be stopping it because I don't know, it's just not. I've enjoyed it a lot, but it's not something that I really want to be carrying on with next year. I might want to just kind of carry on with this project and then see what I feel like next year, if I want to carry it on or not. I'm not really sort of set on it. But basically, there are two people that really inspire me when in terms of vlogging. It's me, Milio. Now, who is called Miles, and he's so young, and I just love his content on his channel. And every vlog, there was one particular vlog actually that really spoke to me. It is when he was kind of like gone to the park, local park around him, and he kind of made like an adventure of video stuff, and basically that inspired me on my second instalment of Memory Box to have a completely different and unique editing style. And that one was my proudest Memory Box I think I've got out so far. Really, I put a lot of effort into it, and it just was so inspiring, and it's just, I just love the way he does it, and everything, like the editing style is perfect, it's spot on, and the way the story flows within the video is just so good. And when he stands and he kind of like catches you up on things and he has a conversation about stuff, it's just really good. And it's the way he puts his videos together that are funny, and I admire him because he takes his vlogging camera with him everywhere. Like, it's one of those things where you never know when there's going to be an opportunity when you want to take out your camera and you've got an idea and you're like, yeah, I'm going to film this, it's going to be awesome, it's going to look great on a vlog. And I just really I just admire him for that kind of dedication and the way he kind of has this style, his unique style really, and I just really think it's great. The other person that I'm going to be talking about is Sammy Paul, someone whom I've actually met at Summer in the City and had a chance to talk to. But I told him that I really like his Pretentious Monthly Scrapbook, which is PMS. Right. And I said that he really influenced me to start Memory Box, because that's literally the reason why I started Memory Box, is because I found his PMS project and I just really liked it, and I just admire him because his style is completely different, and it's different to Miles's, very different, but the way he kind of has his little video clips, they're not all polished and perfect and like kind of, you know, fit around the screen like the camera angle is right now. When I probably edit this, is going to be perfect, like in frame for YouTube and stuff. But the way he does it is just unique. It's like little boxes, and it's that kind of old school. Really, like, it reminds me of YouTube way back in the day. You know, when we just used to have a compiled amount of videos that we just throw in together, and we would just go, this is what it is, this is how it is, you know, this is what I'm going to show you. And it just is so good. Like, it doesn't matter that each clip is made on a different camera and stuff, because for me, my Memory Box, I mean, I use what camera I've got on me. If it's my phone or if it's my vlogging camera, then I don't care. As long as I'm videoing it and as long as it's footage, then I really don't mind. And that's really kind of the reason why I don't really mind, is because of Sammy Paul's last vlog, where last PMS for his month, where he did it, and it was just a whole bunch of different sort of cameras and stuff like that. But yeah, those are the people that all inspire me. Yeah, let's move on to the next question before I carry on and go mental. So the third question is, if you were given 1 hour with a YouTuber to talk content and video making, who would it be and why? Now, when I was prepping this video a couple of days ago and sort of thinking about how I wanted to shot it and everything, I struggled so much with who I was going to choose for this answer. And I've since thought, no, not that person. No, not what you initially thought you were going to say. No, that's not great. But I think I've decided, and I'm just gonna go there with Sammy Paul, who I just mentioned, who's got the channel called In Case of Emergency Please Run, which is IOCEPR is his channel. But he's someone that I managed to talk to. Like I said, I've managed to talk to him at Summer in the City, but it was so brief. It was for 10 minutes or so, and what I felt like doing was talking to him more about content. I catched him kind of once or twice on the weekend, but it was lovely to talk to him, and it was really cool. But I think he's someone that I would be so interested to find out what he thought on so many different sort of aspects, even if it's not even about aspects of like YouTube and stuff. And I just love the way he edits. I love the way his filmmaking style, and he works a lot with a lot of friends who are sort of major YouTubers and stuff like that. And he works with like Jack Howard's project. He works with like Tom Scar. He's recently worked with Kick the PJ. He was kind of in the Kick the PJ video, and it's really cool to see him kind of work on other projects. And I think he's really got something there. He's got talent, and he's really awesome. Even if it's not being in front of the camera, or it's just something. The way that he kind of comes across is really interesting to me, and I just love his videos and filmmaking, and I also love his like PMS project as well. I think it's really great. It's something that's really obviously has inspired me, like I said. But I would just love to talk video making with him. I think I've been listening to and I've been watching the Broken podcast by PewDiePie. I think this is slightly off topic. But the fact that they have so much, like they talk about quite a lot of things. They have kind of a couple of pointers to put down. And then they go, right, should we talk about this? Let's talk about this. Like, I would love to just sit down, have a couple of pointers, and then let the conversation just flow off of that conversation, on that topic kind of thing. And I would love it if he would do this video. I know he's one of those people, he's just one of those people that I would really, really be interested in to see what he would say about this whole sort of project as such. But he actually watched he watched a response that I made to Jamie Poole, because he had a How to Vlog series, and I made a response about how I felt about it, and he said he watched it, and it was really nice, because for me, I'm not one of those people who, when someone like that I admire on YouTube comments me, I mean, I don't say admire, but someone that I think is someone that I like to watch basically on YouTube comments back to me and says, you know, hey, I've watched it. I don't fangirl like most people do. If like Dan and Phil or something, if I was a fan and like Dan and Phil like were a response to them, they would be like, you know, people would go, I would literally be like, thank you so much for watching my video. You know, it's great to see that you've watched it. Did you really like it? What did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? And you know, what are your honest opinions? I would love to have that type of conversation with them. If they would like to comment back and say, it's really good, really liked it, maybe you should do this maybe in the future, I think that looks a really good idea, or something like that. I really like it, and I would love to have that kind of type of conversation with him, and I think it would be such a cool thing. And you know, if he's watching right now, I actually will be tweeting him, but if he's watching and you really like this series, then I would love to see you doing a response. You know, it would be kind of really cool to see you do a response. I know you're not someone who kind of does this whole tag style videos. I mean, this is not really a tag style video, it's more of a kind of conversational video. But if you'd like to do a response, I would happily put it in the playlist and happily comment back. I would really appreciate it. But yeah, that's the person who I would love to have a chat with. But I'm sure that I would probably like stretch over an hour easily, really would, and I would probably have a conversation and then have no cameras, no nothing, no recording, just living in that moment of like that special moment where you have a conversation with someone that you think is a great content creator, and you would just love to know more about what they feel about sort of YouTube and stuff like that, minus the camera. You know, I think that's really cool. So we're going to move on to the last question now, which is, does the last person you recently subscribed to inspire you in any way? Now, the last person I subscribed to was... Oh... Okay, so I've just realised that my answer to this question the other day was completely different, but today, as of today, this answer to this question is totally different, because, so yesterday I was on a YouTube forum, and I came across a couple of comments and stuff, and I came across one person who, everyone was like, oh, her videos are quite cool, oh, and she was like, oh, look at me, like, sometimes I don't really like the whole, here's my video, check me out, blah blah blah. But if your content's good enough, then I will watch. But if your content is not, then I'm not interested. But she didn't like direct it towards me personally. She just directed it in the forum. And she is a author. She is also a PhD student who's American and living in the UK and studying as well here. And she currently lives here as well, and she is a blogger, sort of a beauty blogger, and a beauty, I wouldn't call her a guru, but someone who makes beauty videos on YouTube, because I don't really like the beauty guru word or label as such. But yeah, I found her out yesterday. I know you kind of like Lucy been tweeting today, which is, today is the Friday the 24th, just to let you know. But basically, yeah, she is pretty awesome because I found her in a forum that was talking about one particular YouTuber, and she, people were like, oh, her thing was really good and stuff like that, and I thought, well, I'll check her channel out. You know, it's worth just checking out, because what I love doing is I love finding people that I don't really know about and that are kind of like unknown, because it's so hard to find new channels on YouTube now, because I struggle to find something good. So if it's in a forum, then I'm going to give it a go. You know, people are talking about it, it must be good. And her blog is amazing, really good, really interesting stuff that she reviews on it and stuff like that. And she recently reviewed someone's beauty product that just came out, and it's Zoella's beauty range. And the thing is, I've seen a couple of reviews. I've seen 2 reviews so far, and they're, I think, friends with her, or, well, one of them is really chummy with her. That probably gives it away who I just said. But it was Louise and Cherry Wallace's reviews, and they're quite honest, but to be honest with you, I think they're quite biased, because Louise is obviously her best friend, so whether or not, regardless, I don't know whether or not, you know, she might have liked it or not, but I think they both of them really like the product, which is fine. People might like the product, and that's fine. But this girl had a review for Zoella's beauty range, and it was nice to see a honest product review. Sometimes I think it's really hard to find like an honest product review, because I feel like nowadays mainstream people on YouTube just don't do honest reviews anymore, and I think the honesty is lost. But I love Cherry Wallace because when she has a product and she is actually paid to say something about it, she will have a disclaimer on the blog and saying, look, I've been paid to give in this product, but I love it, so that's why I'm going to be promoting it. It's not because I want the monies and the readies and all that kind of stuff. I'm doing it because I want to. But it was good to see an honest review, and she was quite honest about it, and it made me curious to see the product itself. So this weekend I'm really interested to kind of go into Superdrug and sort of see the YouTubers' products and actually smell what they smell like, and then like give my own, like have my own opinion on it as well. It's always really good to see that people that are having actual honest reviews, because I feel like sometimes people shy away from it because they feel like if I produce this video then I'll get ridiculed in the comments by all of her fans and her little minions. I'm not afraid of that at all. If someone found me because of like her, because I mentioned it in a blog or something like that, or I'll put it on like Facebook, or I'll put it on Twitter or something, or a Tumblr, and I might get some, if I put the hashtag Zoella or something, then I might get backlash. But I mean, I don't like to have people, I like it when people speak their mind, you know, that kind of thing, and she really does it. She's not afraid to sort of do that, and her content's really fun. Some of the stuff is really different, and she does a lot of different stuff, and I think for me, like, I'm not a massive, I don't watch a lot of beauty guru people generally, but I mean, if your content's good enough and you're producing stuff that's really fun and it's not the same as everyone else, and you actually have a talent and you've actually got some sort of brain and intellect, then I'm really interested in you. You know, because most people that I've recently subscribed to are doing something really fun besides of YouTube, and not to say that doing YouTube solely is a bad thing. Of course it's not. Of course not. You know, I commend people that do really good content. I'm always really happy when I find someone that I really like and their content is good. And she's lovely because she actually subscribed to my channel as well after I said I subscribed to hers. And that kind of thing really is really lovely. You know, I like making new connections with people on YouTube and forming new friendships online, and it's awesome. And she's a really lovely lady, and I'm really excited to kind of see more content from her. And you know, I would love to kind of make collaborations with people like that, different to my channel. It'd be interesting. I've wanted to make collaborations with lots of different people for quite a while now. And I think it's really cool, and she does inspire me. You know, I think the fact that her honesty is there, that does inspire me to kind of, it inspired me to think of a new idea for my channel actually, and which I'm going to actually put on my blog post instead, because it's going to be something new for my blog. That kind of honest reviews. I know there's that kind of thing of like honest video games and movie trailer type things. Less about that, less about the product, and more about the product. So maybe if I find something that someone's recommended to me and said, look, it is good, it's worked for me, why don't you try it out? And maybe for me it hasn't worked, or maybe it has worked. I'd love to do kind of more honest reviews, and like honesty hour is what I was thinking of calling it. So like honesty hour reviews on my blog, but that's something that I would really like to do, and yeah, she's inspired me to do that. So I think, you know, I think overall this whole sort of video is all about, you know, it's basically about people who inspire you and to make great content on YouTube. And there are dozens of people on YouTube, and this has just been kind of a window into what I think is inspirational for me on YouTube. I will leave a link to everybody that I've talked about in this inspiration stuff, because I encourage you to go and see all of them, and I think they're really hard workers and they're people that deserve that kind of credit for what they do. I'm really excited to see the responses that I get from this video, even if it's one or if it's just two of them. I really am interested to see where this kind of conversation can go. I might be asking sort of friends to enter videos if they like to do stuff, if they are content creators, because this kind of questions are more about for those who actually do create content on YouTube, because one of my questions is about who influences you when you do your videos and such. But that is the pilot episode all finished and done for you guys. So hopefully this conversation video will grow on my channel. I am so interested to see how this goes and how it pans out and stuff like that. But follow me in all social media links in the top for you guys to check out, so you can keep up to date with everything that I'm doing on my channel and the projects that I've got coming up. I've got a lot of content coming out on my channel in November and December, so stay tuned for that. And thank you so much for watching this video, and if you've watched until this end, then thank you so much, and I will see you on my next video. So bye!